Yes, guys, everything bite-sized here. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're back with another mental health video. We're going to be discussing borderline personality disorder. I have a few friends who have had it in the past, who I'm not friends with anymore, and one who I am friends with, because the illness is renowned for unstable relationships, and that doesn't mix well with bipolar disorder that I've got, because that unstable relationships is also a symptom of bipolar. So oddly enough, I seem to attract people who have mental health conditions, because I've got mental health conditions myself. So I attract people with BPD, but then the illnesses seem to clash, and I end up losing them as friends. But I've got one friend called Dee Dee, who she's still my friend and has been for a long time. Anyway, we're going to be looking at two different posts from two different people. The first one is called The Reality of BPD, and then let's get it popping straight away. Borderline personality disorder isn't being cute and clingy and adorably needy. Being with, romantic or otherwise, someone with BPD isn't akin to taking care of a pet. BPD isn't an "or is so endearing, they need me so badly" type of thing. BPD is a mental illness that is a conglomeration of several different tendencies, and it's not easy to diagnose. You don't just decide you have it, just like you don't decide you're depressed because you had a bad day, or you don't decide you're bipolar because your mood changes quickly sometimes. Believe me, you don't want it. BPD is turning nothing into everything, is knowing you're being irrational and not being able to stop regardless. It's suppressing breakdowns for fear of being abusive or of manipulating the person you're talking to into having to take care of you when they really don't want to. It's thinking someone doesn't care about you anymore because they made a new friend. It's automatically registering new people as a threat. It's a fear of abandonment and rejection that's damn near omnipresent. It's being able to shift from "I love you so much" to "I don't give an F, I hate you, I don't even want to talk to you," and back at the drop of a hat. It's finding identity in a drastic hair change and then feeling unsafe and desperately trying to fix it before you have to go out. It's seeing someone you adore and trying to emulate them because you have no idea who you are. It's waking up and trying to be a new person every day. Go vegan, go goth, go hipster, go glamour, cut your hair, change your makeup, gain weight, lose weight, and never feel quite there, ever. It's comprehending love as pity and wanting to rip yourself apart if their tone is all too casual when your friend or love interest is returning compliments or affection. Let me read that again. It's comprehending love as pity and wanting to rip yourself apart if their tone is all too casual when your friend or love interest is returning compliments or affection. It's regretting saying anything about your mood and desperately trying to turn the conversation around while simultaneously needing to get it out. It's wanting to bleed yourself dry as opposed to cry in someone's arms, because at least then they don't have to clean your wounds for you. They won't hate you, they won't be annoyed. It's the constant battle every time you get upset of, is this worth being sad about? Is it worth talking about? What is more abusive of talking about this or hiding it? If I tell them I'll bring them down and I'll guilt trip them and they will resent me and it will all be my fault. If I don't, I'm a disgusting liar, I'm manipulative, I'm untrustworthy. It's wondering if you're faking your symptoms. It's disassociating and feeling like a ghost for days. It's feeling like you aren't real and then wishing you weren't. It's a lack of self. Okay, let me start again. It's wondering if you're faking your symptoms. It's disassociating and feeling like a ghost for days. It's feeling like you aren't real and then wishing you weren't. It's fear, a lack of self, and about a million different thoughts running through your head at all times. It's trying to live for the people you love as opposed to yourself. It's feeling like ending yourself and then feeling bad for feeling like ending yourself because whoops, you're being manipulative. Oh, that's made me really emotional. I've got a better insight now into why my relationships with people with BPD have been so unstable now. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, let's read a couple of the replies. Wait, people actually romanticize BPD? I always see the side of people who think we're monsters. Didn't know that there were people out there pretending they were being adorably needy because BPD. Tee. I guess they do it with every other mental illness. Why not this one? I had the same thoughts exactly. I feel like when I hear people talk about BPD, it's in a bad way and not romanticised at all. I don't wish this on anyone. Why would anyone want to say they were borderline? Okay, let me have a vape and a bit of coffee, and we'll go on to the next post. It's about the same length. I know how unprofessional I am, but I don't care. It's a hallmark of my channel. I do care about what I'm talking about though. Okay. So this thread says explain what BPD feels like for you, and the top comment, let me have a bit of coffee because my mouth is dry. The top comment reads, when I'm trying to explain the intensity of my emotions to someone, I usually say, if we imagine the intensity of emotions on a scale from 1 to 10, a normal person shifts between 4 to 6 on a regular day. With BPD, it's more like between 3 to 7 on a regular day, and on a bad day or extreme day, it's anything between 1 to 10. For someone who's used to 4 to 6, it's impossible to imagine what a 10 feels like. Try to remember the saddest or maddest you've ever been. Maybe you lost a loved one and it felt like your entire heart shattered. Maybe someone made you so angry you felt like you were burning up inside. That's how intense all my emotions are on a daily basis. They're so strong it physically hurts. It feels like every bone in my body is breaking. One thing most people don't understand is that if you have BPD, your brain is in fight or flight constantly, 24/7. My therapist once said to me, you experience so much trauma at such a young age that your brain literally had to choose between survival and development, and it chose survival. The thing is, I don't remember much from my childhood, but my subconscious sure does. And because my brain literally stopped developing after a certain age, it goes back to the mindset of a young child when something triggers a memory from that time. No one taught me how to regulate my emotions as a kid, and that means when I get triggered, I think like a child. I'm such a logical and sane person when I'm 23 years old me, but the moment a memory is triggered, I'm back to being that 6-year-old little girl. Oh, bless her, I think something happened to her, something really bad. A 6-year-old child doesn't have impulse control, logical thinking skills, or the ability to think about consequences. So she's saying she regresses to that mental state of a child when she's triggered. All the emotions I felt as that little girl is what I feel during every trigger. What those emotions are obviously depends on what memory got triggered. Being in fight or flight 24/7 means we're constantly scanning our surroundings for threats. Those little changes in the tone of someone's voice, how they type, their body language, etc. makes my brain go threat, danger. The adrenaline starts running through my body, my heart begins to race, I get sweaty, I start shaking and become hypervigilant. The self-hatred I developed from not getting my emotional needs met in childhood makes my thoughts erratic. Why did they not send a heart? What a piece of shit. I've told them I can't handle changes. I knew they never cared enough to listen. Maybe I said or did something wrong. Do they hate me? Of course they do. How could they not? I'm unlovable. I'm never good enough. Maybe I should leave them before they leave me. That's obviously what they want to do anyway. When I've calmed down, I drown in guilt. I don't want to react like that. I'm tired of the self-hate. I'm tired of constantly being on edge, of never having a brain that's quiet. Every second of every day is just filled with 50 random thoughts all at once. Then I get triggered and all those thoughts turn anxious and hateful. I'm constantly tired, but it's not the kind of tired you can sleep away. Mentally drained. Wow. Whew. Both of them accounts of what BPD is like has given me a new insight into a lot of experiences I've had with people in the past, and I feel like crying, to be honest, because I've lost friends who have it, and I've lost a loved one who had it. When I say lost, I don't mean like lost, I mean like lost them as friends and lost that one as a loved one. And I'm not going to go into details because I'm emotional already, and it's I've recently lost the best mate because of this, and a couple of years ago I lost a romantic partner because of this, and both of them have lashed out at me. The romantic partner lashed out at me, abandoned, well, like I left her, but she lashed out at me afterwards. Anyway, I'm not going to get into details. I'm going to leave it at that. You've been locked into Everything Bite Size. Check out my music videos, check out my shorts, check out my other content like this, check out my true crime content, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.